Hello. So, I'm just starting this up. Hmm. I'll be honest, it's been a while since I've done anything quite like this. So, I'm just lost trying to find the words to say. Seven chunks never hurt anyone. A little bit of J. You know what? Who needs shaders? What? We're not doing shaders. I'm putting it back to what it was. I like the look of Minecraft. Well, I guess we should find a nice little place to start our base. A horse. I don't really have much going on right now in my mind, so there's not much to talk about. Just me and Minecraft. I've always been a big fan of Minecraft. It's a game that I think most people, at least by now, have in a weird way all jointly grown up on. I think even some of I think it reaches probably about to the ages of early 20s, like 22, 24, 25, early 20s, where anyone at that age or younger has basically grown up in Minecraft. That's just a weird thought. You're not used to people having this unified central thing that we all grew up with, outside of sports. So, in a weird way, it's probably closest, uh, its closest relative. I'm gonna have to turn an auto jump off. I'm not used to that feature, even till this day. I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to get used to auto jump though. Oh, silly me. I was wondering where the audio was. We already have some iron, so you know we're having a good start. Two more logs for me. Turn it all into sticks. Well, I guess not all. We might need that wood later. You always gotta check around iron. And really anywhere, because normally there's some ore hiding nearby. Ooh, we're already getting cave noises. Getting a bit creepy down there. Yep. I was wondering if it was the logs or the planks that I had to burn for charcoal. I wish you could burn the planks. You'd have infinite fuel. Wouldn't have to go mining for coal. Makes me really miss the time that, you know, coal was just abundant everywhere. And, you would get multiple of it out of just one ore. Dropped XP as well. I wonder why they changed that. I don't think I ever saw a reason be posted or anything quite like that. At least not by Mojang. I'm sure they had one of their many weird reasons though. As they do. There are more wood in this tree. I think it's apt that I start building a small little cottage somewhere. Take this with me. That's enough charcoal for now. Alright, just gotta replant. I don't want to come back here and it looks messy and ugly. Bamboo. Oh, melons. This is good because I don't think I've seen any animals outside of horses. So I don't know if I'm gonna get any food or not. Ooh, a sheep. You know, I always loved this texture pack. And if you don't know what it is, it's PureBD by Sphax, I think. Sphax or Sphinx. And I remember originally, the way I found this pack was through the early Yogscast and their Take It series. Which is so sad that they stopped doing. I wish they still did modded Minecraft and all that kind of jazz. They did it for a shockingly long amount of time. Up until the, I think, late 2010s? Things like 2018, 2019. Very late on. I think they were still doing it. Ooh. I don't know about that though. They might still be doing it, honestly. I'd hope so. I think that was when they were at their best. That and Shadow Lizard. Probably one of the initial series that got me into the Minecraft loop, as it were. You know, you watched one thing on Minecraft and then all you could see was Minecraft YouTubers. one of them led to the other, one of them led to another. And eventually you knew the whole community. Sadly, things like Discord and stuff weren't really around at that point. The closest you could ever get to talking to your favorite YouTuber maybe through, ironically, you could probably get to them through Skype. I think TeamSpeak and apps like it. You might shoot them an email or the YouTube friends chat. I don't know if it was specifically friends, but there was that. I remember using that to message a YouTuber at the time. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Jerome ASF. And if I recall correctly, he did in fact respond, which is nice. But that form of communication is all but dead, and any chats from it alongside it. Oh, broke my axe. Oh, I can see on the map here that... Ooh, that's not the map. You can see there's a little green area up here, which I'm hoping I can get to. Ooh. Get a little axe for some melon. This food's gonna take a while to cook. I forget how you glaze melon. I think you need gold ingots? Or the nuggets, gold nuggets. And you can glaze melons. Well, I've arrived at the little green area, but not as nice looking as I thought it would be. Ooh, free ink. He's trying to run away from me. Ooh, lava's cascading down from that mountain. Could maybe go over there and do something with it. But I'm also seeing a lot more of the plains biome over here. Oh, it's getting very dark. I'll kill this last cow and sheep and I'll get myself situated. You can see a creeper up on the hills. I think right here could do for the little indent. Like wool. Oh? That was strange. Sweet dreams. It's always been a bit weird to me that you don't have to make a roof for this to work. But who knows? I took a little bit of time in between me sleeping to check out Discord. I don't want to hide from you what I was doing. But yeah, I'm seeing some plains coming up over the hills here. Some dripstone caves. A lot of exclamation over dripstone. And I don't know if it's due to the lava thing you can do now. And you see all those little redstone machines doing for super smelters, as they're called. Or if people really just enjoy the fact that stone is now hanging off the ceiling of their caves. I personally don't mind it, for the good or bad. I think it's a pretty mute point. I'm gonna cheat a little and I'm going to check out my map here to see if there's Anything that even looks like I'd want to go and live in there. Not really. I can see myself doing something alongside this coast. So... I think I'm going to set up... right here. Just dig out a little spot. Place down my bed. And place down my furnaces. Oh, I don't have enough cobblestone for another furnace. That's not a hard problem to solve at all. Oh, I already have Sphax. Perfect. Use my last piece of iron with a nice little shovel. We're gonna need this for landscaping. Also because it's digging into the ground a lot faster. Ooh, use my axe. Wow, that bird is going crazy. A little bit of cobble. That should probably be enough. Ooh. Always love lag spikes. Can't do much about them though. And I think... yeah. And I think I can make myself a blast furnace too. Does this come with J? Yeah, it does. Minecraft furnace. Ooh, that's a little expensive. I'm gonna have to go mining if I want to do that. Coal. Myself another one of these for my beef. And now we got food cooking. So we won't have to live off watermelon for too long. It's the Scrabble. No one likes Scrabble. I don't like Scrabble. I assume most people don't. Hopefully I can find some iron down here. Have I stumbled into a cave? Oh, I hear something. Make a little breathing hole. You know, that music's pretty loud. Dripstone leads me to believe there's a cave back here somewhere. Ooh. I can't see a thing. Ooh, glow lichen. It's a harvestable. No. I remember this old little trick. Saved by the bell. It's good I got some coal though. I didn't want to go chopping that many trees. Because while they did make coal less common than it used to be, it's certainly not rare. Huh. I'm starting to think I should have made a iron pick instead of an iron axe. This thing was not that fast. Or I guess it's just where I was in the water. More dripstone. If I go chasing after all the dripstone I find, then I'll just never get anywhere. Oh, is that a cave in the other direction? Maybe? I thought I could race it. Why am I jumping? A little bit of underwater mining. Very different from the game that I once knew. Very different from the game that brought me into itself, ironically. It's not the, it's just a, I feel like everyone gets what I mean. It's not the same Minecraft that most of us found by happenstance or any other way. And that could be for the good or the bad. It's really hard to say which version of Minecraft is better, if any of them. Because no matter which version you play, there's always someone who doesn't like it. Some people love the new combat, some people hate it. Personally, it took me a long time to get used to the switch to the combat system that's now in place. And I will admit, I'd rather it have never been changed than what we currently have. But I don't control what gets implemented and what doesn't. So you kind of just have to accept it. Because, you know, the people who were famous for PvP at the time, honestly, they were some of the biggest haters of it. And now, there's people like what's their names? Technoblade and Dream, who are great PvPers. And they're great because of the new system. And it just goes to show that complaining about it doesn't really get you anywhere, because the people who don't complain, they'll get used to the system before you even start to accept it. And by the time that you start getting used to it, they've already learned it and they know how to use it. Ooh, I don't want to die here. Heal that up for a second. Oh, it's dark out. That's why they're spawning. Oh, I just noticed that pillager outpost. Grab my food. Did I get any iron down there? No. But a recipe that never gets used. I can make some leather armor. When was the last time you saw anyone do that? Now we're playing real old school. Maybe even a little too old school. I like the new health indicator. I don't know if you guys noticed that when I was holding my food, it told me how much it would heal if I ate that. Hey, I can get 3 iron before this pickaxe breaks. Because I'd rather replace it with an iron pick. Really? No more iron? Well, that sucks. There's a zombie nearby? It could be up there in the trees. But he sounds... they're down there. Oh, I'll eventually reach down there. Or they're in here. Yes, I started mining copper because I've been... Oh, funny. I started mining copper because recently I was playing with the Create mod, which I feel like most people who play a good amount of Minecraft would have heard the name by now. But Create mod, if you don't know, is like a steampunk, copper-based, copper and andesite is their primary resource. There's all this gears and clockwork and steam power. Like a fantastical Victorian era. Very interesting mod. The thing is to show just the ingenious of the current modding community. Because, while I don't know about never coming up with it, I do know for a fact that back when it was in the era of Tekkit was your biggest mod, and the people were actually playing with, I can't remember the name of it, the transmutation mod, or EMC and all that, power flowers and all that stuff, where Pixelmon was, well, still pixels and not as 3D as it is now. I feel like a lot of the mods back then just aren't as creative as what we have now. I don't know if that's due to a limitation of resources from simply the times, or if that's truly a difference in creativity as the community has grown. And now the resources are so available, because back then, modding was not a well-known skill, at least as far as I was concerned. At least to hash it out. Modding wasn't this well-known skill that anyone could get into. So I have to believe that due to the limitation on the knowledge and the time it would take to develop the skill set, there was just a disconnect between the creatives and the, well, technical, I guess. And while those who had the ideas had them, they couldn't implement them as they can do now. With, if you look at it, really no requirement on learning other than dedication. Whereas back then, you needed a lot more than dedication. Heck, you needed luck just to find the resources. So, it's a thing that weighs on my mind. If that's just a difference in available resources, or if there's truly just a creative difference as the community's grown. Or maybe, like I said earlier, the technical limitations of Minecraft was really what was holding it back. And I'll be honest, I don't know which answer I would like to hear more. Because I think each one comes with its own weird, sad realization about the community that I basically grew up in and around. You like to think of the time you had as the best one, but if you look at the mods that they're publishing now, if modded Minecraft still had the same player base that it once did, with the mods that get published now by these small groups or even individual creators, I think modded Minecraft would be such a scene. It'd be a scene much greater than it ever was. And it can just never live up to that due to the lack of people interested in modded Minecraft anymore. Like, the modders are there, but ironically, now it's the opposite of what it used to be, with a giant player base who wanted new stuff, but no one was providing it fast enough. And now there's, again, things like Create, and these big... I don't know if you have seen what Tinker's construct has become, but even Tinker's has, like, Tinker's armor, you know. And it's just... this is stuff people would have been clamoring over back then. It would warrant its own mod pack. You'd see, just like how we had Toka, you'd see stuff like, Create, you'd see, just anything. Like, these mods would be getting their own things. Kinda how, like, Pixelmon has, and all that. So, it feels like the current modders, who are absolutely wonderful, well, they didn't even choose, but you understand what I mean. They chose one of the worst times to come in the modding scene that is Minecraft. But they have no control over that. Time passes, and we can't control it. So, that's just a fun little thought I like to have, is what would Minecraft look like if the modders of today had been there yesterday? And I do think it would be a very different scene, and I think it'd be for the better. But I know some people wouldn't think that. Some people... I can't even think what their arguments would be, but you know how it is. There's always people that disagree. Because if no one disagrees, it's no longer an opinion. I'll be honest, I didn't expect this cave system to be so expansive. Which is good. I like expansive. I needed iron anyway. I knew it would happen. I hadn't broken that one block. Can't you make sticks out of bamboo? You can. Where's my cobble? Wow, that's a lot of iron for one deposit. I forget how long you have to sit with these people to do that. Old Minecraft was such a world, and it's a world you can't really experience anymore. You can, though, in some certain subset communities. Like, there's still, I forget what they're called, but they're a modded Minecraft server network. And their community is quite like how it used to be back in the olden days. I mean, there's still, not that it's a good thing, but you know, there's still, that edgy humor is still like the primary form of humor there, and it still acts as a hotspot for the younger generation of Minecraft players who, they are edgy and they want to say these jokes, and you know, most Minecraft servers now are PG-13, so you can only go so far. But yeah, they provide for those people, which isn't bad. I've talked to the server owner; he was relatively okay. I don't agree with their most server networks' pricing strategies of ranks and all this nonsense. Which now even ranks and stuff is no longer uncommon when there's a whole great debacle about servers versus Mojang and if ranks are allowed by the ULA. But now microtransactions like ranks, which that's what ranks are, they're microtransactions, and you have to pay them off monthly on most things, I believe. I'm sure there's some where your ranks are permanent, but I do know of a few where those ranks are paid for monthly and they're not a permanent purchase. These microtransactions are now the standard, not even across Minecraft, but across all of the gaming industry. And just, well, that's just a bigger problem in and of itself. But some people wouldn't even call it a problem. Some people like microtransactions in a weird way. Which I personally can't get behind, as I think microtransactions kind of go against everything I know as like a game enjoyer. Because I buy a game for, let's say I buy a $35 game, Factorio. Factorio is $35. Let's say I buy Factorio. I can't be expected to pay for an update package that only just continues my allowance to Factorio with maybe some benefits over the free-to-play Factorio players. Like maybe I can place, I don't know, like 15 more blocks of railway without needing to place a station, because they've introduced a station limitation in this little reality I'm creating. It sounds dumb, but that's what it is. It's these meager benefits that are they're benefits for things that have been programmed in there to make them issues in the first place. Like, they can subvert most of these problems. Like, they can give this ability to anyone who pays a high enough dollar. And it's because the problem's not real. It's a manufactured issue. But they do it anyway. And we just let them get away with it because the benefits are there. They're tangible to us. Even though, if you look at it, you should know that they're the ones who made the issue, and not too long ago it was that they'd be expected to solve it, and everyone would benefit from that. Nobody would have the issue. But it's just modern gaming, and it's it's not in a state that I would call good. I mean, the game industry is growing. The game industry is, I forget where you can find it, but you can actually look this up. The game industry is impervious to recessions. It actually grows. It's historically proven that gaming grows during recessions, just as it does during pandemics. Anything where it sets you in a house for a long time, like unemployment, or you just need like a stress reliever that's not drugs and smoking. Gaming rises during these high stress, high impacting times. So with the upcoming recession, they're going to be making even more money. And then sorry to keep bringing it up, but during a recession of all things, that's when the market is leaning towards these microtransactions that are constant money sinks of like meager amounts of money. If you think about it, it's only like $6 for most games. Some games might charge you 15 for a battle pass, but so many games are doing it. And recessions don't go away in just a week or a month. So it's all gonna, they're slowly draining you of money, like as you're unemployed or barely making it. They're slowly draining you, and they don't care, and no one's gonna care until it happens to them. And only then will people bring up the unfair market practices, but it'll sink back into that sunk cost of, I'm paying $15 for more content. It's more content, guys. When they're making the content for profit, make another game. Make enough content to justify the same pricing of another game. Why all this? Which, I know, the laziness, this like standardized laziness that is giving them profit. It can also be found in things like game compression. How many games do you actually see that are compressed anymore? And the answer is none. They're not compressed. They don't compress their games. It's like it's a size competition between them. Of, oh, I have this game 60 gigs. You know it's got content. Well, I know it's got content. But I just downloaded Satisfactory for 8 gigs, and Satisfactory's got content as well. And I'll be honest, no matter how great your content is, there's a certain point where I don't care enough to download 60 gigs. Like, not every game has that appeal. Not every game is Elden Ring, where you can justify the space on your computer. There's things like Ark Survival Evolved. Why does it take up so much space? I understand. A lot of dinosaurs. But there can't be more than 200 dinosaurs in that game. And maybe you can justify the animations. But those models, if it's really becoming that big of a thing, you should load the actual models with their bones and have the animation sets. You shouldn't have like them switching between stuff. There's ways of compression. It's been known for years. You can think of these little things that improve performance, ways to compress files and use the same thing twice. Like, you don't need 100 rock images. You can have one texture with a sound thing, and it swaps between that and randomly generates a texture. But they're all going to look similar because it uses the same baseline rock. So it's still custom rocks, but it'll still mesh all in together. Like, there's all these little things, and they add up. But people don't do it anymore. Because it could be laziness, it could be some type of tactic. Because maybe people think games are better the bigger they are. Maybe that's what the market research indicates, which is why they do it. I don't know. But it's certainly not a change that I'm happy to see. And I don't think really anyone's happy to see it. I think most people just don't see it, or if they do, they don't think they can change it. If they don't think they can change it, they're never going to try. It's just this little cycle. Oh, and anyway, I'm gonna get some birch. I'm gonna get some birch for its wood. One, two, three. That's where our window will go, which means this. 3, 2, 1, 3. Boom. 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 Bang. Boom. 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 I'm gonna make a little house here. Little house on the prairie. This isn't the prairie, but it'll have to do. Throw out some stuff I don't need. Grab inventory space. Ooh, I don't want to throw out dirt. We're gonna actually need dirt to do a little bit of terraforming on our island. Now the iron axe is coming in handy. Told you I regretted it earlier? Not anymore. Because we're gonna be cutting probably a good little chunk of wood. Probably about a stack, I'd say. A little bit of cash, a little bit of money. Cash money. I'll be honest with you. I don't know why I'm saying yeah, like I'm talking to a person. I'm just talking to the screen, and if anyone's listening to this, then that's fun. That's fine. So, if you want to, I guess you can imagine I'm talking directly to you. Because it's meant more of talking to a void type of thing, but in this situation, you are in that void, so who else could I be talking to? But, I'll be honest with you. I don't know if you can hear this. I'm not testing my microphone for this, so sorry about this. I just opened a Coca-Cola because my mouth's very dry from going on that, like, 30-minute tangent. Sorry about that. Very unprofessional, I know. You can yell at me later. How dare I take a sip of my drink? It should be executed as the highest form of punishment. Ooh, what am I doing? I'm thinking... I don't know how many this will give me, but I know it's probably not enough. I'm just gonna do a design out here on the front for now. And... this could work. Especially if I make some of these little... I love the trapdoor texture in this. I forgot all about it. Do I have dirt? I do. What can you do? But, make some more. Trap doors. Or at least 6, I think? Yes. I told you we're gonna need a better stack of wood. There should be flowers somewhere nearby. Oh, you know what? I was gonna use this bones to get a dog, but isn't this more important? There we go. The red ones in here. I don't have any sand for glass. Didn't need that much. I think due to the texture packs and the shaders and all that stuff, I should have that nice connecting glass. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. But if you know, you should know. And if you don't, we'll see it here if I have it, and I'll bring it up about how good looking it is. I don't know if I'm going to use full glass blocks, or if I'm going to use about half. Panes. Probably panes, because panes are just better looking most of the time. While that's cooking, I'm gonna go chop me some wood. Get these trees that are near my house out. I'm gonna have to build probably a land connection. I was gonna say a bridge, but there's not a big enough difference there for a bridge. I'd have to push in all the land to justify making a bridge there. And that's a lot of terraforming for this early on in the series. So I'd rather just connect it with dirt and all that. Nice. Getting a little bit of wood. A little bit of swagger. Oh, you know, saying that made me remind of a guy who used to do YouTube. I don't think he still does, sadly. I feel like most of you will probably know him. Swagger Souls. That guy just fell off the face of the earth. I've not seen a video from him in a long time. That could just be me, though. I feel like a lot of people I say fall off the face of the earth are just people that I no longer personally see. Because he's definitely still... It's such a big channel. He's probably doing podcasts now. Or if he's not doing podcasts, he's like made a second channel. And I've just not subscribed to it, so it doesn't get recommended to me. Which... I just thought about it. That'd be a great segue into asking anyone who's listening to subscribe, but that's a bit weird since this is just me playing Minecraft. Not really subscriber worthy. I don't even think it is. Oh, I should fill this in before... Oh. Right. No one will actually see it, so I can just put some... Yeah, I can put some roofing in here. That's not the outside thing. I try to build minimal shapes first, because normally there's like some blocks that once you have like the entire room enclosed and you got the exterior, like you can see these little things on like these little edge blocks. Physically, no one will be able to see them. Once it's all here and done, it will be impossible to see them. So, you can put like dirt there. And even then, I'm probably gonna take that dirt. But you can just put anything there, is what I'm saying. Because no one will notice. A torch is perfect. Because you just... Boom, boom, boom. Take back my block. Take back my block. Ooh, damn. Oh, that's getting turned into I should sleep. Yeah, looking pretty good. Oh, I see some guys burning out there. Personally, wouldn't want to be them. Break down half of that. And turn that into stairs. I'll mix in some half slabs. Or just slabs, I guess. I'll mix in some slabs once the general shape is here. We don't want to go into any fine detailing. Because that's how you make mistakes. You start doing fine details, and then you realize you're like one block off, and oops, gotta redo all this like detailing that I might spend an hour sitting here doing, just because I was impatient, and I wanted to see immediate results. Let's see. Good thing I saved those oak logs. See, I knew I would have to, which is why I didn't do the whole stack. Damn near perfect. Still got 3 to spare. Looking at how this is gonna go, I can probably build a little attic. It's gonna be very small. Probably gonna, I can maybe just possibly fit in an enchanting room up in the attic. And even that's being generous. But I can see it. Something like this, going from here, wrapping upwards about 3 blocks, and then making like a cottage roof with 2 big glass windows on both sides. Yeah, I can see that. That's what I'm doing now. So, for example, it might be too close. We want the window to be, even. So, 3, yeah, that's gonna work. See what I'm saying? Like, you can already imagine it if you have a good imagination. But to do that, we're gonna need a little bit more wood. I did notice we've just hit the hour mark, though. And I don't want my episodes to run for crazy long. So, probably gonna staff this. We'll do a little, I don't know if you guys watch Minecraft YouTubers, but I'm gonna make a little reference here. I'm gonna do a little green thing. I'm gonna just complete the front to show it off. Just getting this done as quick as I can. And then I'll have the roof probably on this middle slab. I'm going to put a air behind it, so it leads into a one big, I can use oak planks up there. But you can kind of get the general idea. You can get the gist. That's all you need. Let me just come over here, because I'll be honest, I'm gonna sit here. Get a little screenshot. And, well, I think that's gonna be all for today. See ya.